Well, Chef Ali definitely never disappoints. And we continue with our news review with Senators Boni Halwale and Hassan Omar and member of the National Assembly, Rongo Kangata here. And of course, I want to give you a chance to finalize on that discussion about the IEBC's shortlist for the position of chairperson. If I would ask a direct question, of these five, if you are asked to pick without thinking of any tribal affiliations, regional balancing or anything or like that, who would you pick, or what would your suggestion be, Bwana Kangata?
My suggestion would have been we pick a foreigner, because when it's come to very contentious matters which have happened previously in this country, we have tended to resort to foreigners who have done a fairly good job compared to
you seem to suggest that this selection panel that we took so long to come up with has actually presented us with a problem.
Yes, indeed, and by the way, taking into account the time we have between now and elections, meaning if at all they bring one contentious candidate who is going to be nominated as the chair, that agitation against that person will delay us and cause so much havoc vis-a-vis the timetable that we have, that will be every likelihood that the next election will be quite tainted. Okay. And I foresee, as if there is some hand of the opposition in all these things. You come up with a candidate who is so contentious, and then there will be street protest, and then that election will not be credible. To me, if at all that panel have this country, the best case scenario would have been get a foreigner, because surely Kenya is a tribal society.
Let the ball roll.
To choose one person from a big tribe, the rest will not be happy.
Okay, Senator.
Let the ball move forward. Listen, we have negotiated this process. There was a public advertisement for people to apply. I mean, who said that because you are Kikuyu or you are Kalenjin or because you are Luya, you are a bad person? Or who said they are no good Kenyans in the character and quality of these persons? We need to give people a chance. They know the challenges ahead of them. They know what this country expects of them. They know what this nation expects of them. So I think this thing should, you cannot, Kangata, for instance, cannot tell you there's a Kikuyu, there's a Luo. You cannot box, let's say, Mereka or Shava into your own box. After all, this is a political role. So I'm hoping, for me, if I was to, just merely because of the experience in managing commissions, for me, I think Shava and Kangu will be the front runners. But then we'll look at them, their performance as these interviews are broadcast live. You know, I watch some of these interviews almost word for word. And I know some of your media houses will have these interviews live, and I will watch and then I will make my perceptions at that point.
Senator Halwale.
I'm so proud of these two Kikuyu candidates who have made the list. I'm so proud of Odede, the Luo, who has made the list, because this country seems to be pivoting around a competition between the Odinga family and the Kenyatta family, who happen to be Kikuyu and Luo respectively. Why I'm proud of them is that should any one of them get the job, then they will get it in spite of being Kikuyus or in spite of being Luos. They will be making a very loud statement that in spite of being from that particular tribe, they had the best credentials. Let me tell you, young Kangata, to hell with tribalism. Why? When we sat at the selection panel, the government of the United States paid for experts. And believe me, on the court side, our lead expert was a Kikuyu.
Yes, absolutely, I remember that.
Maina Washira Maina, he was a Kikuyu. On the Jubilee side, the lead expert was a Luo. So, to hell with your tribalism and your politics. We are looking for a professional. We want, out of these five professionals,
we will use the phrase, them, we do away.
Just a minute. One of these five professionals, let him be our chair.
So you're comfortable
with I want to appeal to my colleagues, politicians. Hold your horses. Let's sit in our armchairs and follow the interviews. Personally, I would be able to point on the best candidate after I have listened to them through the interviews. Your issue about a foreigner, if the reason why we disbanded IEBC was that we wanted a foreigner, don't forget, an American applied. But because the panel was not looking for a foreigner, the American who applied, his CV was poorer than that one of Mataha Kangu and the rest. So let's wait for the professionalism.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, gentlemen, I need us to move on to another story. Enough said about that. And on the page 5 of the Daily Nation, it's about what is happening in Kilifi County. Stolen Kilifi billions probe to question central bank officials. Now,